What's going on, Royal? I'm Logan Arminta.
And I'm Nicholas Eisman.
And here's your morning announcements. Club meetings today. Robotic Clubs meets today at lunch in room 713. Key Club meets today at lunch in the CSI room.
Are you interested in taking higher level classes next year? Want to learn more about the International Baccalaureate program at Royal? Come to IB Information Night on February 8th at 6:30 p.m. in the library. The USC Director of Admissions will be there along with Royal students and staff to discuss the benefits of an IB education. If you have any questions, contact Ms. Lev.
Now from the CCC. There is a college-ready workshop for juniors on Tuesday, January the 31st in the CSI room at lunch with Mrs. Cuneo. For more details, coming up via email on your CO 2024 Google Classroom. And every Friday in January, Ms. Cuneo will be hosting a walk-in application no-help session in CCC, room 212. No appointment is necessary. Stop by with the application questions.
Listen up, underclassmen. This is a message for you. Do you love to travel? Are you a foodie? Our culinary arts teacher, Ms. Smith, is planning a trip to southern Italy in the spring of 2024. Yes, next year. And you're invited. They will see the sights, explore Italy, learn about the culture, and most importantly, experience the food. The trip includes a cooking class, a tour of an olive vineyard, and a visit to a chocolate factory, and more. For information on the trip, you will want to attend a Zoom meeting on January 26th. To get an invitation to the Zoom meeting, please see Ms. Smith in room 86. The Winter Formal Pep Rally is Friday, during 4th period. Be sure to check the Royal Decree for that special schedule that day.
This is rally etiquette. Rule number 1 about rally etiquette is to make sure you're coming in an orderly fashion. So guys, what you guys want to do is leave your backpacks in your lockers or a classroom and come in an orderly fashion.
Baby.
Performers who are going to be entertaining you guys throughout the whole rally have practiced really hard to get the performance down. Make sure we hear your encouragement throughout the whole rally and pay attention. Don't be talking to your friends.
Go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're reaching for the top, and we'll never...
If something gets thrown in the crowd, make sure you give it back to either a leadership student or an adult. Yeah! One thing you don't want to do is throw it at a performer because you could possibly injure them. With all that being said, Stevie says, let's have a great rally.
Tomorrow's Spirit Day is anything but a backpack day. Remember, no shopping carts are allowed and the items must not interrupt the education process.
Now for your sports announcements. Today, we've got 5 matchups with Moore Park. Girls water polo is on the road from 3:30 to 5:30, as well as boys basketball from 4 to 9, and boys soccer from 4 to 9:15. Girls basketball is at home from 4 to 9, and so is girls soccer from 4 to 9:15. Interested in joining the swim team? Royal Aquatics is still taking athletes. Visit Coach Saldane in room 85 during passing period for information. Well, the divisional round is over, and I went 3 for 4 on my picks. Not bad. The only one I missed was the Giants, who were run out of Philadelphia in a 38-7 loss to the Eagles. I just need to remember that the past has nothing to do with the present, and that 2007 and 2011 were a long time ago. Anyway, the Chiefs' BS luck persisted against Jacksonville as they downed the Jaguars 27-20, though the only reason it was even that close was due to Patrick Mahomes suffering a high ankle sprain in the first half, leading to him hopping on one foot for the rest of the game. After that was the Giants-Eagles blowout, which reinvigorated Philadelphia's Super Bowl hopes. On Sunday, the matchup I was most excited for took place between the Bengals and the Bills. Despite everyone thinking the Bills would steamroll their way to the conference championship game, I stuck with the Kitties, and that was definitely a great call. The game was in Cincinnati's control from the start as they blazed through the snow and Buffalo's defensive line in a 27-10 victory, as fans in the stadium fell silent. You could tell this considering the only crowd noise by the end of the game was from Bengals fans shouting "Hoo Day." That's what all those Bills fans get for buying tickets to what would have been a neutral site game against Kansas City before they had even played the Bengals. Finally, the historical playoff rivalry matchup between Dallas and San Francisco took place. The 9th time they faced each other in the postseason, with Dallas holding a 5-3 record from previous meetings. This ties the record of most playoff meetings between the same teams at 9, along with Rams vs. Cowboys and 49ers vs. Packers. Furthermore, in 6 of the 9 playoff matches in the series, the winning team went on to play in the Super Bowl, and 5 of those 6 Super Bowl appearances resulted in wins. On to the game now, and all I've got to say to Dallas is that you should be ashamed of yourselves. Even though you were the underdogs and had little chance of winning going into the game, you blew it. San Francisco's offense, for the first time in a long time, was unproductive as your defense put on a clinic and shut down Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, and Deebo Samuel. Things were looking up early on, minus another gaffe by Brett Maher on the PAT, and you were sticking close. Just one problem. Dak Prescott obviously thought this was a bye week before next week's game against Philly, because that is the only way I can explain some of the lazy and terrible passes he threw throughout the game. 2 interceptions in the first half, where he threw it right to the defense that resulted in 6 points for the Niners. Those 2 picks cost you the game. Don't throw those, and you have all the momentum, and who knows what happens. Still though, you're tied at 9 going into the fourth quarter, the victory's in your grasp. So what happens? The defense finally gets worn down by both clutch conversions from Brock Purdy and an insane catch from George Kittle, while the offense continues to be so offensive that they are promptly arrested after the game and sent to prison for hate crimes. Dallas loses 19-12, and now the entire fan base has turned on Dak and McCarthy for the first time since 2 weeks ago? Congrats, Dallas. It's going to be a fun off-season.
And now for your lunch. Today we'll be having chicken sandwiches, and tomorrow we'll be having Domino's Pizza. You can find them at the side of the 7-8 building and the Almost Built Cafeteria.
Today's weather will be a high of 68 with a low of 48, while tomorrow's weather will be a high of 68 with a low of 42.
Congratulations to your winter formal court nominees. Here are your seniors: Dayton Baltazar, Ryder Gordon, Harmony Hall, Kaylee Lavasser, and Rodney Sabe. For the juniors, we have Morgan Aerosmith, Logan Furman, and Becca Cheney. For sophomores, we have Samuel Gardner, Kylie Landacre, and Katie Milano. And finally, for freshmen, we have Ivy Russell, Ethan Hall, and Ella Page. That was your announcements, Royal?
Have a great day.